Everybody. Happy Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Happy Tuesday. I am sitting out here on my patio because it's such a beautiful day, and in typical Montana spring fashion, you never know what you're going to get from one minute to the next. So, yesterday I was outside working on getting my garden together in a rain jacket in gale force winds. My hands were frozen. And today I'm out here in shorts and a t-shirt. So when those shorts and a t-shirt days hit, I have a hard time sitting inside if I can be outside. So anyhow, just giving people a minute to hop on. So if you are here, say hello in the comments so that I know you're here. And yeah, let us know how the weather is near you today if you're getting some sunshine. We're definitely feeling like we're getting closer and closer to summer. You can see, camera's backwards. One of the maple trees is starting to leaf out. The rest of them are still buds. Hey, Danny, how's it going? But yeah, we're getting there. Definitely spring here finally. So yeah, so I wanted to hop on today and share a little story and some of my experience about um, when nature spirits or a feature in nature, somebody asks you for help or for healing. Oh man, 90 degrees in Southern California today. I'm really glad it's not that hot here yet. So, um, yes. So, what oftentimes will happen for many of us, especially once you're tuned in and you're able to pick up messages and you're able to kind of sense the energies and feel into what's happening in nature, you will start hearing messages from specific places that they might need your help or want some healing help. Hey, Tracy, glad you're here. And it may come in different ways. It's usually fairly subtle, and will just be, hey, we need some help or we need some healing. And I got a message from somebody that's in the Earth Tenders Academy last night, actually, who said she had exactly that experience. So she was walking near a creek near her home, and the creek said, "We need some healing," but that was it. And so she was kind of like, "Now what?" And I think that happens to us a lot. Is we're able to receive the message, but then we're not quite sure what to do next, or how to get more information, or what exactly they're asking for. And so in this case, and again, I wasn't sure like if this was a physical, sometimes it is physical, like, can you cut that branch back? Can you pick that trash up? Can you do something specific for me that's bothering me? I think I'm trying to remember if it was in this group or in the Earth Tenders Academy group, but somebody posted the other day about a tree that as she has gotten to know it better, it asked her to remove some old rusty nails that were in it. So that would be an example of a physical request that they're like, hey, human, you have arms and legs and you can do something that I can't do for myself. Can you help me take these nails out, or can you help pick up the trash? So sometimes it is simply a physical request. I find usually though, if they ask, if the message that's really coming through is more specific about healing, can you help with healing? It's probably going to be something that you're going to want to tune in meditation or in a journey, because there's more specific energy work that needs to be done. And so that was what I suggested to the person that reached out to me, just to say, hey, why don't you start with tuning in meditation and actually going through the process that I teach in the Earth Tenders Academy to actually tune into the property, connect with the spirit or the keeper of the land of that area, and then focus in this case specifically on this creek and say, how can I assist with this? And that's what I do in property readings as well. And although in property readings oftentimes I'm not sure, right, I'm coming in and just saying, okay, what's the landscape here, what's going on, and is there anything that needs my assistance or healing? And so So in this case, if you have a specific feature or tree or creek or mountain that's asked for something, you can tune into the energy specifically, ask for the keeper of the land to come forward and ask, what needs healing here? How can I be of service and of assistance? And so in this case, I heard back from her afterwards that the creek, the spirit there, probably the water spirit of the creek, was not happy, and that in fact it had been exploited and um, you know 100 years ago, and who knows how much more often since then, and really hadn't been respected. And so in the journey, there were also Native American spirits that came forward and said, there is a specific ceremony that we would like to do. Will you hold space for the healing? And this, almost every time there is a ceremony that I'm asked to participate in, that's exactly what the request is. They want a human to hold space. And so sometimes there are things where they'll say, oh, could you send Reiki to that? Or could you clear the energy out? Sometimes there are some actual like energy, pieces to it, but oftentimes they're saying, will you hold space? And the reason is that we are on this physical plane. We are on the earth plane in a way that they're not. So the energies and the spirits are aware of what needs to be done. They know what ceremony they'd like to do. They just need a human to come along and know what's up and know how to do that and how to assist. So that is definitely my experience as well. Oftentimes I'm literally, they will call spirits forward and I will just be sitting in a circle with them holding space. Sometimes they almost use me as like a proxy or a totem. I think I've written about this on the blog actually, where I am like a stand-in in the ceremony for somebody. And so, somebody, has upset the apple cart, the situation. And so I'm able to apologize on behalf of that, or they're able to do part of the ceremony kind of with me. And so it's interesting when you're in the space, what you have to remember sometimes is like, it's not you. It is you, but it's not you. It's kind of you as a general human. And so they're able, when you step forward and you offer to help in this way, they're able to complete a ceremony that they're not otherwise able to complete. And yeah, Tracy says a conduit, exactly. So it's kind of like, you're holding, like there's this long rope, from this side of the veil to that side of the veil, or however you want to think about it. And they're holding the rope on the other side, but they need somebody to pick it up on this side. And so, and that's what kind of like pulls it in and grounds it in and actually makes the healing effective on this physical layer, is when there's somebody who can physically ground it in. So that is my experience, kind of over and over and over again, is that spirits will step forward and say exactly that like, we have a ceremony, we know what we need to do, will you hold space? So yeah, I'm trying to think if I had another example of that, but it's very, very, they're very similar, but it's also a beautiful experience. I mean, the number of beautiful ceremonies that I've been able to witness, I mean, it's really touching. Oftentimes it's very emotional. And oftentimes the spirits of people who have perhaps, committed whatever atrocity this nature spirit is upset about, their energies will come forward. They will apologize. There'll be a lot of, hugging, or I've been in ceremonies before where they're, passing the peace pipe and everybody is kind of offering their forgiveness and that type of thing. So it's a little different every time depending on what's happening, but that's basically the situation. So if you are coming across in nature a feature of some kind that is asking for your assistance healing, I would always suggest exactly that, is to visit in meditation and ask for the keeper of the land to step forward and ask specifically what is it that needs healing and how can you assist, because they just are recognizing you as a human who is now in touch with this, with the land and with the plants in a different way, and that you may be able to assist them. So yeah, it really is an honor to be able to step in and assist. It's really beautiful. And I will say, like, it is the reason why I say, like, remember that it's not necessarily you, because sometimes I think we end up shrinking back. Sometimes in ceremonies, they'll be doing things that make you feel like they're honoring you. And in some ways, they may be doing that, but, they'll be treating you very much in a certain way. And I think we sometimes will pull back from that and say, oh, that's not necessary. Oh, gosh, don't do that. Don't do this for me. And remember, in that case, whatever the circumstances are, is that they're honoring the energy that you are holding. They're honoring the work that you're doing. And it is an honor to be able to participate with them in that way. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to share. Again, in the Earth Tenders Academy, I specifically teach how I do this work. So exactly how I do property readings, exactly how to meet the keeper of the land, and there's meditations for all of that, and practices for you to go through so that you can learn how to do this work. Because I find that that's where so many of us get stuck. Like, we get to that part where we're like, okay, I'm receiving information, but now what do I do? I know that tree is connecting with me, but I don't know what it wants. So that's really my aim with the Earth Tenders Academy, is really to teach people, like, here's what to do next. Here's how to have that communication. Here's how to be in ceremony with the spirits in this way. And so if that's of interest to you, I would love to have you join us. It's a 7-week online course, and it's a go at your own pace kind of self-study. But we do have monthly live calls, which May's live call will be next Wednesday. So if you get in before then, you can join us for the live call next week. And yeah, lots of resources. We have a whole nother Facebook group just for Earth Tenders. So I hope you're all having a beautiful day and getting a little bit of sunshine wherever you are. And I'll see you again soon. Talk to you later. Bye.